Ever had a boss who thought he could trick you into taking the blame for his mistakes? Yeah, that happened to me. But instead of being crushed, I played along, collected the evidence, and flipped the entire situation back on him. Let me tell you how I went from almost being fired to getting promoted. This is the story of how I outsmarted my own boss. So, quick background, I worked in accounting at a mid-sized company, nothing glamorous. Spreadsheets, contracts, invoices. The kind of job where if you do everything right, nobody notices. But if you mess up once, it's like the end of the world. Now, my boss, let's call him Mr. Collins, was the kind of guy who loved the spotlight when things went well. But the second anything went wrong, boom, he'd push the blame onto his team. And trust me, he was good at it. Most people just kept their heads down and prayed not to be his next target. And for a while, I was the same, until this one contract changed everything. One Monday morning, I came in with my usual coffee, half awake, and Collins waves me over. He's all smiles, which was suspicious by itself. He drops a thick client contract on my desk and says, "Daniel, just double check this for me, nothing serious." Now here's the thing, he says it like it's no big deal, but when I open it, I see the contract is massive, big client. Big money, and then I noticed something strange. The sent notification. He had already sent it to corporate. I ask, wait, didn't this need approval first? He just shrugs. Oh, I already took care of it. Just give it a glance. That was my first red flag. If it was already sent, why give it to me now? That's when I realized he wasn't asking me to check it. He was setting me up, so I dig in. About 15 minutes in, I find it, a decimal point in the payment terms. Instead of 1.5 million, it basically said 15 million, a typo worth hundreds of thousands. My stomach dropped. If corporate caught this, Collins would just say, "Oh, Daniel was supposed to check it." Boom. His mess, my problem. And in that moment, I had two choices. 1, do nothing and pray no one noticed. 2, or play it smart, protect myself, and maybe, just maybe, turn the tables. Guess which one I picked? I started with evidence. Always, always save receipts. I dug through the email, saw saved the original with the timestamp proving Collins had sent it before I even saw it. Then I checked the version history of the document. It clearly showed he had signed off first. I even printed screenshots just in case things mysteriously disappeared later. Next, I corrected the mistake, fixed the decimal, made sure everything was airtight. Then came the fun part, the email. I wrote, "Hi team, I noticed a small discrepancy in the contract terms. I've corrected it before it caused any issues. Please see the updated version attached." And here's the kicker, I CC'd Collins, so now corporate knew I caught the error, and Collins couldn't pretend he had nothing to do with it. 2 hours later, Collins storms into my cubicle, face red. Collins, "Daniel, why would you send that? Now it looks like I made the mistake." Me, calmly, "I just thought it was important for everyone to be in the loop. I even ceased you so you'd get credit since you were the one who finalized it, right?" He froze. He couldn't admit it, but he also couldn't deny it. Checkmate. Later that afternoon, I get an email from the VP. Not just a quick thank you, a whole paragraph praising my attention to detail. He literally wrote, "Daniel, this is the kind of sharp eye we need more of." Meanwhile, Collins is copied on the email chain, so now the entire upper management knows I saved the company from losing a fortune. And Collins, he's exposed. The next day in a meeting, the VP even called me out. "Daniel, excellent work on catching that contract issue." Collins tried to jump in with, "Yes, I always encourage my team to blah blah." But the look on his face, priceless. He knew he couldn't spin it anymore. Here's where it gets even better. A month later, a promotion opens up. Collins ignores me completely, doesn't even mention my name. He probably thought he could bury me, but then the VP brings me up. He literally says, "Daniel's problem-solving skills and attention to detail make him the perfect candidate." And just like that, I'm promoted, from almost being the fall guy to getting a better job, more pay, and more respect. And guess who I had to work alongside on joint projects? Yup, Collins. Imagine having to cooperate with the same guy you once tried to set up. Delicious irony. Looking back, it's almost funny. Collins thought he was the puppet master, pulling the strings. But in the end, he tied his own noose. The lesson, document everything. Seriously, save emails, keep records, don't trust someone who throws others under the bus. And if you stay calm and think smart, sometimes you can flip the entire situation in your favor. I didn't yell, I didn't argue, I didn't play dirty, I just let the facts speak. And the facts were enough to turn my boss's trap into my ticket out of his shadow. So yeah, that's my story of how I outsmarted my own boss. What about you? Have you ever had a manager try to blame you for their screw up? Or maybe you've caught someone in a lie at work? Drop your story in the comments. I'd love to share.